On Thursday, the High Court blocked the closure of Dadaab camp and the subsequent repatriation of Somali refugees, annulling last year's government directive.
Directive issued by the third respondent, namely Major General retired Joseph Ole Nkaissery, on the intended repatriation of refugees and asylum seekers of Somali origin on 10th May 2016 is arbitrary, discriminatory, and indignified, and hence a violation of Article 27 and 28 of the Constitution.
A few days later, the Interior CS is on a warpath, supposedly quashing the decision of the High Court.
Iyo amri ya koti haikuwa inahusika, is null and void.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
There are some intriguing parallels between what is happening in the US and Kenya. Trump's immigration order and the directive by the Kenyatta administration on the Dadaab refugee complex. In both instances, the judiciary has stepped in to stop executive action or orders, and in both instances, the executive has been none too pleased.
My strong hope is that he will be more vehement publicly. He certainly expressed to me that he is disheartened by the demoralizing and abhorrent comments made by President Trump about the judiciary.
In innovation,
the executive order at the end of Trump's first week in office had sparked protests and confusion as people were stopped at US borders. Keeping at bay terrorists were the reason given by the new US government. An almost similar picture was witnessed in Kenya after the government made clear its intentions to close doors to the Dadaab camp last year. According to the state, Dadaab was being used as a terrorist breeding ground and needed to be shut. What followed was a confusing moment for those who have called Dadaab home for decades. The government has remained steadfast, even as criticism increased both locally and internationally.
Serikali haikuwa na nia ya kufunga Dadaab na kwa nguvu. Tulikuwa tumeweka kisheria ambayo inalingana na sheria ya United Nations protocols, na tulikuwa tumepanga na UN, United Nations High Commission for Refugees. Kati ya mwezi 6 tutakuwa na serikali Somalia ambayo tunashukuru juzi wamechagua president.
The court suggested that the order did not advance national security. This court appears to have angered members of the executive, if Nkaissery's tone is anything to go by.
Hatukuwa tukifunga hiyo kambi ya Dadaab kwa nguvu. Tulikuwa tunafuata sheria.
The same day, the Kenyan court ruled against the closure of the refugee camp. A U.S. federal appeals court rejected Trump's bid to reinstate his ban on citizens from 7 mainly Muslim countries. In its 3-0 unanimous ruling on Thursday, the U.S. appeals court said the government had not proved the terror threat justified reviving the ban. Trump responded with an angry tweet saying national security was at risk and there would be a legal challenge.
We would like to state that the government will be appealing this judgment as soon as possible.
The rulings on Dadaab and Trump's orders might be perceived a win by human rights agitators against systems seen to be persecuting certain groups of people. Enock Sikolia, NTV.